The purl stitch is one of the two most popular stitches. The knit and purl stitches are used in literally thousands of stitch patterns. And here's how it's done. With your cast-on stitches on the needle in your left hand and the yarn to the front of your work, take your right needle and insert it through the first stitch from back to front. You're forming an X with the right needle on top. Now take your yarn and wrap it counterclockwise. That means around the back to the front. Now push that wrap through the stitch on your left needle and then slide the stitch on your left needle off the tip. You've created one stitch. Again, you're going to take the tip of your right needle, insert it back to front through the left needle, creating an X with the right needle on top. Now take your yarn and wrap it counterclockwise, behind, around, to the front. Now use your needle to push that wrap of yarn through the first stitch on your left needle and slide the stitch off the tip of your left needle. You now have two stitches. Insert, wrap, push, slide, till you get to the end of the row. Here's something to remember when purling, and it's a tip that you can use no matter what stitch you're working. The size of a stitch is determined by the circumference of the needle shaft. So when creating a stitch, if you are working on the shafts of the needles, both needles, take notice that this stitch is now being stretched so that it's twice as big. But if you load up your stitches right near the tip and you're working on the tips of your needles, that doesn't happen. After you slide the stitch off the left needle and your new stitch moves onto your right needle, that's when you want to slide it down so that it is defined and created by the circumference of the shaft of the needle. The result is your stitches will be consistent and you'll be true to the gauge that is required for whatever it is that you're making. If you continue to purl every row, this will be the result of your work. And take note, both sides look the same. And that's the purl stitch. Hello, I'm James Cox, and I can't stop knitting.